Golden Book Video presents Big Bird, starring in...
Da-da-da-da! Everyone makes mistakes!
Adapted from the Golden Book of the same name. By Emily Pearl Kingsley. Illustrated by A. Delaney. In cooperation with the Children's Television Workshop. A Sesame Street Story. Featuring Jim Henson's Sesame Street Muppets.
Hi there. My name is Little Bird. I wanted to tell you about an awful thing that happened on Sesame Street just the other day. It was a beautiful sunny day. I was sitting on the fence in the backyard when my friend Big Bird came along. Big Bird was thinking about something. He was thinking so hard, he didn't even see me sitting there on the fence.
I wonder what I should get Mr. Snuffleupagus for his birthday. Maybe he'd like some new roller skates. Or maybe a snuffle yo-yo.
Big Bird was thinking so hard that he didn't look where he was going, and whack!
Whoa! Whoop.
He walked right into Mrs. Washington's fresh, clean clothes that she had just washed and hung out in the sun to dry.
Oh, no! Look what I've done! What a mess I've made! Boy, Mrs. Washington's gonna be awful angry with me when she sees her clean clothes all dirty on the ground.
Hi, Big Bird.
Oh, Little Bird, hi.
Well, what are you gonna do, Big Bird?
Oh, gee, I know. I could tell Mrs. Washington that a big flock of geese was flying south for the winter. Yeah, I could tell her that they flew right into the laundry hanging on the line and pulled it all down. Shoot!
Big Bird, are you sure that's a good idea?
No, that's not a good idea. Birds fly south in the fall, and it's the spring right now.
That's right. Now what I think you should say is...
I know. I could tell her that Biff and Sully drove their big crane through here on their way to the construction site at the corner. Watch out, you guys! And they ran right into her nice clean laundry.
Big Bird.
No, that's no good either. Biff and Sully wouldn't drive their crane through here.
No, they drive right down the middle of Sesame Street.
I knew it.
Big Bird, maybe what you should say is...
Let's see. Aha! I could tell Mrs. Washington that a giraffe escaped from the zoo and ran straight through the yard.
Wait, come back, Mr. Giraffe! Come back here!
And got all tangled up in her laundry and scattered it all over the place. I could tell her that.
Now, who would believe a silly story about a giraffe escaping from the zoo?
Nobody, I guess. You're right.
How about telling her the...
Wait, maybe I could tell Mrs. Washington that today was the day of the great Sesame Street bicycle race.
Since when is this an obstacle course? Watch out, Big Bird.
I could tell her that the racers rode their bikes straight into her laundry and dragged it onto the ground.
You can't tell her that. The great bicycle race was last week. And Mrs. Washington will surely remember that because she won the race.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I guess I can't tell her that.
Big Bird, have you thought maybe you should...
How about this? I could say that there was a big fire on Sesame Street. All the engines came racing through here on the way to put out the fire. Watch out for the laundry.
I told you not to take the shortcut! The fire? Where's the fire? Help! Fire!
There's no fire. Big Bird just made it up.
No, I can't tell Mrs. Washington that. She would know there wasn't a fire on Sesame Street today.
Big Bird, how about...
I got it. I could tell her that Alphabet Bates came down in his parachute to deliver a letter, and he landed right on her clothesline.
Oh, la la, but I would never do such a thing, you know that.
I guess it's not right to blame my mistake on Alphabet Bates. It wasn't his fault.
Big Bird, maybe...
Hey, how about a circus? That's it. The circus came to perform right here on Sesame Street.
Ladies and gentlemen!
And the tightrope walker was practicing her act on Mrs. Washington's clothesline, and she knocked the whole thing down.
A circus?
Hold everything. A circus practicing in Mrs. Washington's backyard? That's a terrible idea.
That's true. She'd never believe that's what happened. Oh, boy. What will I be able to tell her?
Have you thought at all about telling her the truth?
I got it. A rodeo. There could have been a rodeo here today. Rodeo Rosie and her friends were roping steers back here.
Hee-yaw! Ride 'em, cowboy!
And the steers were trying to get away, and...
Me roping steers right here on Sesame Street. Big Bird, that is the gall-darndest yarn I ever did hear. Yee-haw!
You're right. That story is just as silly as the others.
Big Bird, why not just say...
I know. A tornado could have hit Sesame Street. Hang on to your feathers, little bird! The terrible winds just blew and blew and blew all the laundry down onto the ground. Certainly looks like a tornado came through here. Nah, that's no good either. Gosh, what am I gonna say?
Well, if you ask me, I think you should tell her the truth.
Oh, no. Here comes Mrs. Washington now.
When Mrs. Washington saw her nice, clean laundry in a big, dirty mess on the ground, she was really upset.
Big Bird, look at my laundry. It's all over the ground. What on earth happened here?
Well, Mrs. Washington, it's like this. A big flock of... No, I mean, Bip and Sully and their, well, that is... A runaway giraffe on a bicycle. No, I mean, Alphabet Bates parachuted into a circus. No, Rodeo Rosie was riding in her rodeo when... Or was it a tornado? Hang on to your feathers, little bird! No, Mrs. Washington, it was none of those things.
What are you trying to tell me, Big Bird?
Mrs. Washington, I wasn't looking where I was going, and I walked right into your laundry and knocked it all down.
Oh.
Oh? Just oh? Aren't you angry?
Well, maybe a little, but I'll get over it.
I'm really sorry, Mrs. Washington.
It's okay, Big Bird.
You see, Big Bird, I told you it was better to tell Mrs. Washington the truth.
You were right, little bird. Can we help you pick up these clothes, Mrs. Washington?
Better than that, you can help me wash them again.
All right.
Don't worry about it, Big Bird. Everyone makes mistakes.
Aww.
The City Worm and the Country Worm. Adapted from the Golden Book of the same name by Linda Hayward. Illustrated by Carol Nicholas. Featuring Jim Henson's Sesame Street Muppets. In cooperation with the Children's Television Workshop. A Sesame Street Story. It's a bright, warm day. A beautiful day on Sesame Street. Oscar the Grouch is thrilled. Squiggly, one of Oscar's pet worms, has learned a new trick.
Hey, Squiggly, you're on. Oh, I can hardly wait to tell everyone about this.
Is the ladder set up?
Sure. I bet no one has seen a worm dive from a diving board into a thimble full of water.
Squiggly wriggles to the end of the diving board and looks down. The thimble looks very tiny.
Well, here goes nothing.
Squiggly takes a deep breath and... Squiggly's form was perfect.
Terrific dive! A few more practice sessions, and you'll be ready for the big time.
Good, but I don't have time to practice anymore now, Oscar. I have to go tidy up my room.
Tidy up your room?
My cousin Squirmy is coming to visit me tonight.
When my cousin Trashy visits me, I always mess up my room.
In the evening, Squirmy arrives from the country with her suitcase. The first person she sees on Sesame Street is Oscar.
Excuse me, sir. I'm looking for my cousin Squiggly. Does he live around here?
Yeah, right there, in that shoebox.
Oh, thanks. By the way, is it always so noisy in the city?
What?
I said, is it always so noisy in the city?
Oscar looks around Sesame Street. Cars and trucks are rumbling by. A garbage collector is rattling cans. A rock band is practicing upstairs.
What noise? I don't hear anything. When you live in the city, you get used to the noise.
Oh,
Cousin Squirmy, how nice of you to visit me.
Cousin Squiggly, it's wonderful to be here.
Welcome to the Big Apple.
Big Apple? Where?
Oh, that's just a funny name for the big city. We call it the Big Apple.
Oh, I see. I guess.
Squiggly takes Squirmy into his shoebox apartment and helps her unpack.
Squiggly, I love your room. You've got great taste in books. Those are great tie-dyed pillows on your bed.
The next day, Squiggly gives Squirmy a tour of the city. At the Earthworm Museum, they see 20 different kinds of dirt in the soil sample room.
What a colorful mobile.
It's called worm turning in slow motion. That makes sense.
Oh, Squiggly, look. A statue of Caesar salad worm.
And a painting by Van Glowworm. Gee, all this worm culture is really inspiring.
I've never seen anything like it in the country.
In the afternoon, they climb to the top of the Sesame Street sign and take in the view.
The city's a very exciting place, even if it is noisy.
That evening, they have front row seats at the biggest Earthworm musical stage show in town. In fact, it is the only Earthworm musical stage show in town. The next day, it is time for Squirmy to go home.
Thanks for everything, Squiggly. I hope you'll come to visit me sometime.
I've never been to the country. Do you have a lot of museums and shows?
No. We do have a lot of quiet.
After Squirmy leaves, Oscar shows Squiggly a sign. It says, "See the amazing diving trick. Come to the show starring Oscar T. Grouch."
I painted it myself. Terrific, huh?
Gee, I don't know. Can you dive into a thimbleful of water?
Well, no. You're the diver.
Then why does your sign say starring Oscar T. Grouch?
Because I made the sign.
That is unfair. I am the diver, not you. I think I'll go on a long trip. You can do the show without me.
But.
As Squiggly packs his suitcase, he wonders where he should go. He remembers his cousin, Squirmy.
That's it. I'll visit Squirmy. There will be no shows, no signs, and no grouches in the country.
So Squiggly wiggles to the bus stop and waits for the bus to the country. When Squiggly arrives at Squirmy's address, all he sees is a big apple lying on the ground.
Gee, where's Squirmy's house? I must be lost. What was that?
Cousin Squiggly. Cousin Squiggly?
You startled me. I think I heard a bird.
Of course you did. There are lots of birds here. What a surprise to see you. How nice of you to come.
It's wonderful to be here.
Welcome to the Big Apple. That's what I call my house.
Squirmy lives inside a real apple. Squiggly loves it.
I like the patchwork quilt and the sampler on the wall.
The next day, Squirmy gives Squiggly a tour of the countryside. The cousins wriggle to the local puddle and take a brisk dip.
Say, Squirmy, how many inchworms does it take to make a foot?
Gee, I don't know. 12?
None. Worms don't have feet.
That night, they sleep under the stars, with leaves of red and green and gold for blankets.
I have never seen so many stars. There's only one problem. I can't sleep. It's too quiet. Oh, if only Oscar were here. He makes a lot of noise. Then I could go to sleep. Oscar would play me a grouch lullaby, and it would be just loud enough to put me to sleep.
In the morning, Squiggly and Squirmy are talking about this and that, when a robin sitting on the branch of an apple tree notices them. And he's thinking about only one thing: breakfast.
This is the life, Squirmy. No cars, no trucks, no garbage collectors.
Jump! In here, Squiggly!
I can't move. Help!
Squiggly? Cousin Squiggly?
You pulled me into the hole just in time. What was that?
That's just Robin Redbreast.
You've seen him before?
Oh, yes. When you live in the country, you get used to birds.
Cousin, it's time for me to go home. I guess I'm just a city worm. I like living in the city.
And I guess I'm just a country worm. I like living in the country.
Goodbye, Cousin Squirmy. Thanks for everything.
So long, Cousin Squiggly. Come back soon.
When Squiggly arrives home, he's surprised to see a sign hanging on Oscar's trash can.
Welcome home, Squiggly. Oh, that makes me feel good.
How's the wandering worm?
Tired of dodging birds and riding buses. But I like your sign.
If you think that sign's great, check this one out.
See the amazing diving trick? Come to the show starring Squiggly T. Worm. Gee, that's swell. But, I had something else in mind.
Oh, see the amazing diving trick. Come to the show starring Squiggly T. Worm and Oscar T. Grouch. But, Squiggly, you're the star.
Oh, not without you, Oscar. That's what friends are for.
And that's the way things are on Sesame Street.
Wanted, The Great Cookie Thief, adapted from the Golden Book of the same name by Emily Pearl Kingsley. Illustrated by Michael J. Smolin. In cooperation with the Children's Television Workshop, featuring Jim Henson's Sesame Street Muppets, a Sesame Street story. A long time ago, back when the West was wild, there was a town that had a terrible problem.
Nobody knows the problem we have. Problem we have.
Oh, boy,
Problem
do we have a problem.
Nobody
Oh, what a problem we
knows
have.
The problem we have. Glory, hallelujah. Would you like to know why I'm feeling so blue?
Blue? I'm not blue. I'm green. I'm purple.
We're all blue because of this terrible problem we have.
That's some problem we have, huh? What is our problem anyway? What is everybody talking about?
You don't know about the problem?
Do you think we should tell them?
Come on, I'm old enough to know.
Well, all right. See this here poster? This is the Great Cookie Thief.
Who's the Great Cookie Thief?
He's the varmint who's been stealing all the cookies from around these parts.
Stealing all the cookies? What do you mean stealing all the cookies? Sounds real serious.
Well, folks come in here and order a cookie to go with their glass of milk, and I don't have a single cookie to give them.
He got all the cookies at the ballet reception last week.
He even stole the cookies from snack time over at the Little Red Schoolhouse.
Say, this sounds like a good story for the Half-Baked Gazette. As the star newspaper reporter in this town, I better start taking notes.
The great cookie thief sure must be hungry.
He's hungry, all right.
And we have a problem, all right, but we have a sheriff who's the greatest and the bravest. A sheriff who can handle any problem, large or small.
As long as you give him a year and a half to do it in.
Hey, look, Sheriff. See that fella standing over there? Why, he looks just like the poster of the great cookie thief.
Oh! He sure enough does.
The kid has something there. Why, I think he knows what he's talking about.
What a resemblance.
Where are my glasses? All this excitement and I can't see a thing.
That feller sure does look like the great cookie thief. I want you to go check him out up close.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
But why do you want me to check him out?
Because I'm appointing you my official deputy. Now don't be scared, be brave like me.
Brave?
Just go up to the poster and check out one thing at a time. Just go check his eyes.
His eyes? Right. Now, let's see. This feller in the poster has great big white googly eyes, and this feller standing here, he has great big white googly eyes. It's him! It's him! I know it's him! He has great big white googly eyes, just like the poster.
Well, it sounds like him, but we'd better be sure. After all, lots of folks have big white googly eyes.
That's my headline for the front page of my newspaper. Eyeball to eyeball with googly-eyed suspect.
I know it's him. I saw his great big white googly eyes with my very own eyes. I never saw great big white googly eyes like that before.
Now, we don't want to be hasty.
Why don't you arrest him, Sheriff? That fella next to the poster is the great cookie thief.
We have to be sure to get the right feller. Let's go check out something else about him. Better go check out his fur.
Yes, check out his fur.
Guess what, Sheriff? Wild Will here says the cookie thief just struck again.
Right. Some thief just stole every last macaroon from the Cookie Jar Bakery on Main Street.
We better catch that outlaw right quick. You go see if that feller is a thief. Go back and check out his fur. Let's see. The feller in the poster has blue shaggy fur. And this feller here, why, he has blue shaggy fur too. It's him! It's him! I know it's him. He has blue shaggy fur, and the feller in the poster has blue shaggy fur too.
Oh, come on now. Why don't you arrest him, Sheriff?
I'd arrest him if I were the sheriff.
What we need around here is one brave man.
I'd do it myself, but I don't even like cookies.
Sheriff, there's been another theft. All the cookies at Betty Lou's birthday party just disappeared.
What? That low-down, no-good varmint? Who'd steal cookies from a poor little child's birthday party?
The great cookie thief!
I've got to write this down. Cookies stolen from child's birthday party.
A sheriff has to look carefully at the clues.
What clues?
It sounds like we have the great cookie thief, but just to make absolutely sure, go check out his hat.
I wish they'd solve this crime. I'm getting hungry for my afternoon milk and cookies.
Check out his hat?
Yeah, sneak up on him and check out his hat.
Speaking of hats, would you mind getting off mine?
Oops, pardon me.
Well, the feller in the poster has a black felt cowboy hat. And this feller here, he has a black felt cowboy hat, too.
It's him! It's him! It's the great cookie thief! He has great big white googly eyes. He has blue shaggy fur, and he has a black felt cowboy hat. Sheriff, aren't you going to arrest him now?
Good point, young lady, but we still need to have more proof.
Proof? How do we get proof against such a clever fiend? That thief is an absolute monster.
Well, young lady, now do you get the point?
I sure get the point.
Oh, that's smart! Ouch! Ouch! Ow!
Wait a a minute, everybody. Isn't this the day the Cookie Express stagecoach makes its delivery? It should arrive any minute with a new shipment of ginger snaps.
Sorry, folks. The stage arrived, but so did the great cookie thief.
Oh, no! Now, this is getting serious. I thought of one other clue. Better go check out his bandana.
Let me see. The fella in the poster has a red bandana, and this fella standing there, he has a red bandana, too.
It's him! It's him! He's exactly the same as the poster.
He's got great big white googly eyes.
He's got blue shaggy fur.
He's got a black felt cowboy hat.
And a red bandana. That feller is the great cookie thief. Now, are you gonna do something about this problem?
I'm a little hung up here. I gotta get down from here.
Oh, boy! He's gonna arrest the great cookie thief. I better take a picture for the front page of my newspaper.
Now listen here, you. We checked you out, and we think you're the great cookie thief.
Oh, but,
Yes, you. You've got the same big white googly eyes, and the same blue shaggy fur, and the same black felt cowboy hat, and the same red bandana.
oh, but me not have same mustache.
Mustache? You don't have a mustache.
He doesn't have a mustache. Does he have a mustache? I don't think he has a mustache. I don't have a mustache.
No, but he does.
Would you look at that mustache?
I never noticed that before.
Boy, were we wrong.
Imagine our thinking that fella looked like the great cookie thief.
Sorry we got you mixed up with a great cookie thief.
Terribly sorry, sir.
Please excuse us.
What a mistake.
Do you think I could take your picture?
Well, partner, sure hope there are no hard feelings.
No hard feelings.
The great cookie thief!
Hey, come back here, you!
And soon, a little bit farther west, there was another town that had a terrible problem.